Thank you guys for coming together today so I can show you this proposal. What we're going to talk about here, if you look towards the screen, is the problem that we're having in the pediatric ICU, which is taking care of these critically ill children. They're already at a vulnerable state, but in order for us to care for them the way we need to, is that we have to use central lines. Central lines, if you look at the bottom corner, are inserted into a big vessel, a big vein, which goes directly to the heart, which is imperative for us to give lots of volume, give sedation, narcotics, and or vasoactive drugs to help keep these children alive. Now, just as important as it is to have these central lines, these also can be the most deadliest things for the neonates and the pediatric patient. And that is because these are lines that we are placing into patients. Thus, we can also cause an infection with them. So the CDC and prevention, excuse me, estimates about 5% of hospital admissions will come out with a healthcare associated infection. They're also known as HAIs. When patients get HAIs, they we tend to have at least 75,000 deaths, 722,000 infections, and up to $28 to $33 billion in additional costs per year. When a patient gets an HAI, it means that they're staying longer in the hospital. It also means that we're increasing the cost to their health care, and it also tends to give a higher mortality rate for them. The patients that have central lines, the name for the healthcare associated infection is called central line associated bloodstream infection, also known as CLABSI. So the biggest thing that's happening right now in the critical care area is we are having an increase in CLABSIs, and what we're trying to figure out is why we're having that. So our mission and our vision for our organization is to be the national leader for health, learning, and community. As you can see, we are nationally ranked this year for 8 children's specialties. You see them listed there. Our mission, which is what we all go for, is to improve health, elevate hope, and advance healing for all. That for all is important. Any patient that is coming to us is coming because they're in need of the service that we are going to provide to them. And the goals that we have in the critical area is to make sure we're taking care of them and also making sure that they leave there. We do not want to cause harm to these patients. So this is why we're going to talk about CLABSIs and how we can prevent them. The proposal I have on the table for you guys is hand washing. It's as simple as that. We learned it in kindergarten, how to wash our hands. It is still important to this day. So the Clean Hands, Safe Hands is a product that's actually out there. This is a digital device that we can actually add to our soap dispensers, our hand sanitizers in play already. So what is Clean Hands, Safe Hands going to offer us? First thing it's going to do is once we get them into the facilities, it's actually going to take a background baseline just to kind of see what we're doing and how we're doing. Second thing it's going to do is going to listen and respond. This is artificial intelligence that we're working with. It's actually going to give an advance notice to someone who misses an opportunity on hand hygiene. Next thing it'll do is it's going to engage the team. Part of the problem we're figuring out is complacency. I can tell you to wash your hands over and over. You see the soap dispensers, you see the hand sanitizers, people still blow right past them. But if we give people an incentive, we're giving them something to work for. And everyone likes a competition, right? The other thing is, number 4, you're going to challenge yourself. Because now you're going to get a report weekly that will say how you're doing with your hand hygiene. The workflow process enhancement, so it's actually the system will tell us where we need to improve in certain areas. The high-risk patient intervention is critical for the critical care area because these are the patients that we have in isolations. So our patients with C. diff or TB or COVID or RSV, all the patients that have to be behind doors with isolation, this system will also tell us where we're missing points. Again, The goal is to work on hand hygiene compliance. This is what the system is going to do for us. It's also not just going to do it for us, but it should make a huge impact for the healthcare system across the nation. If you look at the chart at the bottom, it's actually from the company saying that within 6 weeks, they've seen an increase in hand hygiene compliance. The other thing the company offers, it says that it has a double or triple hand hygiene performance rate. It reduces our healthcare associated infections by 75%, drops the C. diff infections by 80%, and provided a net savings over $1 million per facility. But the most important thing it did was it saved lives. And that is what those children at the top, that's what we're working for. Here's the actual product. The technology that we need, the digital communication that goes with it. So essentially the badge reel that you see at the bottom left corner has Bluetooth information in it. And it speaks to the sensor that is placed on the dispenser that we have existing. We don't have to buy the dispensers. All we have to purchase are the badge reels for every teammate, the sensors. So the badge reels and the sensors talk via Bluetooth. The sensors then talk to the Ethernet, and the Ethernet connects to the existing internet that we have in the hospital already. There's no software to install, but the software that will come with it will be uploaded to the cloud, which will provide reports for us, which is good because again, we'll be able to give teammates those reports on how they're doing with hand hygiene. Again, our goal is to improve our hand hygiene compliance. We're not going to take away anything that we're doing. We're just going to add this electronic hand hygiene technology to help us. My ask to you is to look at these faces and know why we're here. Help me implement this Clean Hand, Safe Hand product so that we can take care of the children on these screens safely and prevent no harm to them. Thank you for your time.